Wait, this is one of those courtroom moments that spirals out of control fast. A woman is about to be sentenced, she admits guilt. Everything seems locked in, until the judge suddenly realizes something is seriously wrong. Wrong charges, wrong case details, and a mistake that could have changed everything. But here's the twist: even after correcting it, the outcome still leaves everyone stunned. The real question is, did the system fail her, or did she dig herself into this situation? Let us break it down.
Well, I hate to see you retain on this, Mr. Kaylee. What's she doing? Your name, ma'am? She hasn't shown up here in how long? What's she gonna do? Is she going to plead on these?
Yes,
You know I'm not gonna be nice about this, right?
I understand, but
You plead guilty here, you absconded, you could get 93 days with credit for any time served, right? Did you sign an advice or rights form here today? You read it and understand it.
Yeah.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights. And there will not be a hearing. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'm gonna need somebody in here, Sadie, from probation. All right. So I'm gonna ask you how you plead as to each one of these counts. If the count one that you failed to attend your scheduled visit on January 21 and 15, how do you plead? You failed to attend your visit on that day?
Yeah.
Is the count two that you failed to attend the victim's impact panel, how do you plead?
Guilty?
You failed to attend the victim's impact panel.
Yes.
Count three that you failed to submit the chemical testing as ordered on November 20 of 14, how do you plead?
Yes.
Did you fail to submit the testing on that day?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Wait a minute, something's wrong here.
We're kind of backed up in probation.
This is
a critical turning point, and honestly, a rare moment of transparency in court. The judge catches a procedural error after the defendant already started pleading guilty. That's huge. In legal terms, pleading guilty waives major rights, like the right to trial, to challenge evidence, and to defend yourself. If this mistake had gone unnoticed, she could have been sentenced based on the wrong violations entirely. But here's the deeper issue: how does a case from 2015 get so tangled that even the court mixes up files? That suggests systemic backlog, poor documentation, or both. And now the stakes are even higher, because even though the mistake is corrected, the judge is already frustrated. Do you think that frustration affects the final outcome? Be honest, would you trust the process at this point?
the wrong show cause.
what?
Looks like she was just in front of Judge Hessen, right?
Yeah, that was pretty lean.
Yeah, I know, but there was a different show cause. It looks like the one Judge Hessen arraigned around. Maybe if you'll just give me a second here. I already adjudicated this show cause, it looks like. Now, this is the show cause. I made a mistake. They made the mistake, actually. They put the blue back from, this is what happens when cases become so old, for January 21 and 15. And as I look at it, I already adjudicated this case. The show cause she's here for are set forth in the show cause date dated April 24th of 15. April 24th of 15.
What was that?
Count one is she failed to attend the court work program on March 21 of 15. Count two, she failed to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs, testing positive on March 16 of 15. That's count two. And it looks like that's it. Those two counts. So I'm gonna have to ask her how she pleads on them. My apologies.
Which part, Judge?
If you plead on those, ma'am, I want you to understand, you could get 93 days since you've absconded. You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand all your rights.
Yeah.
You understand you have two counts here, and that is count one, failure to attend the court work program on March the 21 of 15. How do you plead to that?
guilty,
Count two, you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol or drugs testing positive for cocaine. How do you plead?
guilty,
Did you test positive for cocaine on March 16 of 15?
yes,
Did you miss the court work program on March 21 of 15?
yes,
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
no,
Ms. Wild, your name?
Elizabeth Wise, probation.
I don't know what happened here. They gave me the wrong blueback. They gave me one from January 21 of 15. I already,
One that I have in the file too, Judge.
that's wrong.
Okay.
I already adjudicated that. And if you look on the back of this, I sentenced her actually on that on February 18 of 25, and I was pretty kind to her, but then this is one dated April 24th of 15. All right, so I'm gonna let Mr. Cayley here tell me whatever he'd like to say.
Your Honor, Ms. Smith knows that she absconded. She's had several tragedies in her life by way of explanation on its news. Her daughter died a few years ago. She's been raising all three kids. Her husband died less than a year ago. She was working, she got hurt. She went back to work, she got hurt again. So she hasn't been working, she hasn't been driving. The last time she's had any adjudications with respect to any contact was in 2018. I believe she had an offense. Judge, she suffers from anxiety. Back then, I believe that was an OWI due to marijuana. She tested positive, obviously. She didn't complete the court work program. She posted a bond and the amount of the total fines and costs because she wasn't working, trying to raise these kids. And she got back from disability. She worked again, got hurt again, and she's applied for Social Security disability and workers' comp as well, Judge.
Can you figure out for me how many days she has credit coming?
I am not seeing any credit, Your Honor. I'm not seeing any proof of community service in an effort to give her credit. I am not seeing attendance on the court work program. I believe she was already given a day of credit by you for perhaps being in custody by the police at the time of her arrest. But I cannot offer any credit. The only positive I can offer in relation to her case is she attended the victims impact panel. That was it. Everything else she did not attend or she absconded from.
But she posted 1,020, right?
Yes, sir.
How much are we showing that she owes right now, Heather? Can you tell me?
She has a balance of 1,020.
Let me take a look at the record. So she had a larceny in 04. 19 was some kind of retail fraud, attempt retail fraud. 14 was impaired. I wish you would have come and talked to me, you know that? You can't do this. Do you have any other thoughts you want to have?
I don't, Your Honor. It's a 2010 case. Obviously, it
Well,
was
I'm not
dealt with years later, and we're past the 2 years for probation. Obviously, I leave it up to the discretion of the court.
Anything else you want to say, ma'am?
I'm sorry. No, with everything going on, my husband kind of took care of everything. I looked at everything my husband said. As soon as he passed away in September, and, you know, I
He was sick for several years.
yeah, I was taking care of him and it's just, and I didn't drive, you know.
I just can't condone this, but I'll give you credit that you haven't been in any more trouble. Probation's revoked. You're to pay costs of 1,020 and serve 93 days. Credit 1 for 92. If you pay costs of 1,020, I'll suspend 65 of the 92, and you'll only have to serve 27. That's the best I'm gonna do. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. So sign over your bond. I'm sorry you're in custody, ma'am. Good luck. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Gayle.
Thank you.
People against Schaefer. John James Schaefer's 26B149988. And I was just kind of thrown there. I was gonna ask the kid to state her name.
So here's how it all lands. Despite the court's initial mistake, the corrected charges still paint a clear picture. Missed programs, failed compliance, and a positive drug test. The judge acknowledges her personal struggles, loss, injury, financial hardship, but ultimately draws a hard line: accountability still matters. The sentence? 93 days, reduced significantly if she pays her fines. That's the balance courts often try to strike: compassion versus responsibility. But let's be real, this case raises bigger questions. Should older cases be handled differently? Should life circumstances weigh more heavily in sentencing? And most importantly, did justice truly get served here, or just enforced? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.